Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Silver Linings Diaries. My name is Isabel, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about my weight loss journey today. I started back on January 1st. Um, it sort of came abruptly, the decision to do what I did. Just like everything else I always do, I have to be mentally prepared before I take on such a task as, um, trying something totally different and new. In this case, I had been thoroughly researching fasting, and I came upon different people that I follow and I admire, and I love what they have to say. Among them is Mindy Pelz and also Jason Fung, among others, Dr. Berg. There are others, uh, which I failed to mention here, but basically, I had been researching this for quite some time, and I guess it was building up to the time that I was ready to take the leap and try this fasting. I had done some sort of fasting before, the most maybe um, 20-hour fast, but not an extended fast. And this is what I decided to do back in January. Um, so to start, I started with a 3-day fast, 72-hour water fast. Now, it wasn't just simply water, it was water with electrolytes, it was coffee, black coffee, it was herbal teas. Um, and the first day, I just lay down, or I was sitting down watching TVs, whatever I could watch on either YouTube or Netflix or whatever. And it was fine. It was bearable. I got through it. The second day, it was a little bit harder, but I got a little sick, which I guess is what you call the keto flu when you're going into ketosis. And after that phase was over, which was, I have to say it, I had to purge. And after that, I felt pretty amazing, actually. So that was day two. And again, just a relaxed day. It was over the long weekend, so didn't have to work, didn't have to do anything other than just dedicate myself to this fast, because I had to get through it. I was determined to get through it. Uh, Day three, I was lethargic, but overall okay. And ultimately, before I knew it, my 72 hours were done. I had prepared myself also on how I was going to deal with this, how I was going to be able to stay on it and be consistent and committed to this lifestyle, which includes obviously intermittent fasting. I try to do 18/6, but I'm not religious about it. Of course, it all depends how I feel on a certain day. Anyway, to make a long story short, 6 months later, I've lost approximately 22 pounds. It's been slow because the initial weight, obviously, I lost in the beginning. But after that, it was on average 3 to 4 pounds, maybe a month, which was fine with me because it was so doable and I really don't miss eating any other way, to be honest. So, a little bit about ketobiotic. It's simply eating low carbs. I can have up to 50 carbs of 50 grams net grams of carbs a day. It's a high fat and moderate protein diet, and this is because it's more tailored to women, and in my case, menopausal women. So this is what I've been doing. Um, so yeah, so I've lost that amount of weight, and what my plan is, it's a 5-1-1 plan, which is following Mindy Pell's Fast Like a Girl. And basically, I do intermittent fasting 5 days a week, 1 day a week, which for me is Saturdays. I have one meal a day, and usually that is around 22 hours into my, after my dinner the day before. Then subsequently on Sundays, it's a more free style day. You can have more carbs. You can, delight maybe in some fruit, um, and basically that has been it, and it's been working for me. So one of the tools that I do use is Carb Manager, and it was recommended by Mindy Pelz, and I totally understand why. It's a great program, and I'm going to share with you here what it looks like, and how thorough it is to let you know where you are in the day. And in order to be successful in losing weight, you must track everything you eat. Now, I suppose you can all see my screen, and this is Carb Manager. And basically, I'm logged in as myself, Isabel, and it just gives you an overview of your macros. Um, so I have a total of 75 grams a day. I haven't entered my food yet, but today, by the way, I have 83.5 grams of fat, and total calories 1251 or 1251, and net carbs total of 50. I try to stay, I don't use all of my 50. And what I failed to say before was what the ketobiotic diet or lifestyle is all about, and that is that you can have um, vegetables. You can have dark green vegetables, spinach, broccoli, kale, um, peppers, anything like that, so long as you're entering your food and you're keeping track of your carbs. Now, fruits is a little different, although I do have blueberries and strawberries with my yogurt when I have that. But they're higher in carbs, so you have to limit the amount of fruits that you have. Of course, like I said before, on your free day, you can enjoy some fruit. Then here are the goals, where if I reach them. And this is the previous week. And so this is where you enter the food, and I wanted to show you that works. Okay, so this morning I had 2 scrambled eggs. Okay, so there we are. It has 1 gram of carb. Okay, so we add that. Then I had a Haas avocado, and I had, I would say, about a third. I'm going to change it here to about a third. Then I had strawberries. Oh, sorry, can't type today. That's not 5 strawberries. Too small. Yes, I did have too small. It's picking it up from my previous last time. So here you'll say there's a limit, so it's just letting you know, be careful. But it has 0.8 grams of fat. I'm not sure if I added it. I'm adding things twice, I guess here. But anyway, then I had cottage cheese. I would say about a quarter cup there. And that is it. So if I close this, yes, I'm going to delete this here. Okay, so that it gives you a total. See, it gives you a count down here. Net carbs 4.4, protein almost 20, and 9 grams of fat, a total of 331 calories. So as you can see, you can add snacks the same way, your supplements, if you did any exercise, which in this case, I am going to add, um, I did some gardening this morning and it was kind of strenuous. Um, but I'm gonna label it general, okay? And it was approximately 40 minutes. Okay, now just because I added this gardening and it gave me a credit of 281 calories, I try not to consume them simply because I earn them. This will help, for the weight to come off quicker. Excuse me. Um, then here you just put how much water you've drank during the day, and here you check off if you're done logging for the day. It will give you the progress here, like I said, and basically that is it. Now, here, obviously, you can set your goals, what weight you want to reach. Meals, you can create your own recipes here, and it will calculate the net carbs. It'll calculate the fat. I mean, it's great. Um, this plan that I have is the premium plan, so I believe it was $39. I can certainly check that for you, but it's $39 a year. I think it is well worth it if it keeps me on track, because if I don't keep track, I'm lost. Um, Favorite meals, meal planning, it goes on and on and on. And here are some examples of premium recipes. It is amazing. It just gives you the step by step of what you need to, what the recipe entails, what's involved here, the time it takes to cook, and tons of ideas, tons of recipes. I'm telling you, this is the best thing out there for sure, in my opinion. So that's a brief review of what I use to track what I eat, and I am so glad that I found this, thanks to Mindy Pelz recommendation. And yeah, so I hope that you also agree that it's a great app, not program. Earlier I said program, it's an app.